Section 1, Video 6. We're going to go a little bit out of order on this one and start with questions like this. When is a square a rectangle? When is a rectangle a trapezoid? And when is a quadrilateral a kite? Now we're going to use words like sometimes, always, and never. And the way we decide that is right here. If you move down the chart, and the chart I'm talking of is this one. When you move down the chart, when you follow the arrows and go down, then we will say the word sometimes. Because depending upon, it's like water going down the hill. Sometimes it goes a certain way. So is a quadrilateral a square? And you go like this, down this path? Sometimes. It might become a rectangle instead of a square or a rhombus. So we can't be certain. But when you go upwards, then it is always. Because they share those qualities. So when is a square a rhombus? And you're talking about this direction, is a square a rhombus? Always. Is a rectangle a quadrilateral? Always. So because we're going up the graph and they are sharing the qualities as you go down, you are always something above where you're starting at. Now if you have to go across the graph like this, or the other way, or there are no arrows that you can follow to get there, then it is never. So is a rectangle ever a trapezoid? Well, no. There's no direct arrows there. So you have to consider going up or down the graph with a flow and never jumping across the graph. So again, if we look back, sorry, this is being annoying. All right. So when we go down the chart, it's sometimes. When we go up the chart, it's always. And if we go across the chart or there's no arrows connecting it, it's never. So this one says a square is a rectangle. A square is a rectangle. A square and a rectangle. So in the order, a square being a rectangle is going up the graph. That is always. Whoops, sorry. Always. Is a rectangle a trapezoid? Is a rectangle a trapezoid? So here's your rectangle. Is it ever a trapezoid? Never, because you are going across the graph. And we can't go up and down and call it something because it's a mixture. So it's always, is there a direct arrow to it? No. And it's going across the graph, so it's never. So this one is never. Is a quadrilateral is a kite. A quadrilateral is a kite. So here's a quadrilateral. Is it ever a kite? We're going downward. So we say sometimes, because like water going down a hill could go this way, could go this way, could go this way. So sometimes it is a kite. Now, this part of it is saying, based on what you see, what can you conclude the shape is? And this one then, if we just look at the picture, we say to ourselves, well, it looks like a trapezoid. Okay, well, you know what? It's also a quadrilateral. We're talking about A now right here. It's got 4 sides, so quadrilateral. But you know what? It looks like this length and this length could be the same length. So we could also call it an isosceles trapezoid. Now when you're asked to describe these things, you want to use the one that would be the most specific with the characteristics, of course. You can't assume things, but if you looked at this length here and this length here and compared to here, they are actually the same length. So this would be the best answer, okay, because it does have the qualities of an isosceles trapezoid. If you look at B, right here, it looks like it's a quadrilateral, very general. Looks like it could be a rhombus. We could verify that. And it looks like a parallelogram. Of those, the most specific one that has the most required qualities is a rhombus. So if it fits the information there, that would be the best answer. C, well, again, very general, looks like a quadrilateral. You know, it looks like a parallelogram. Opposite sides look parallel. And it looks like a rectangle. And we could verify that those are right angles, so of those three, a rectangle would be considered the best. And D, well, again, we're dealing with quadrilaterals, 4 sides, so that's one thing it could be. Could be a trapezoid. It doesn't look like it's a isosceles trapezoid, but it could be a right trapezoid because we have a right angle here and here. So of those, the best one, which would be the one with the most qualities and requirements, would be a right trapezoid.